my name is Ryan Al County. I made the main menu. So let's have a look at the main menu. So basically, I took a picture of the map we did for the game and just like blurred the image and like added to the main menu as a picture in the main menu. And I typed a title here for the game. We named the game Hoarder's Hollow. So you have three options here: play options and quit. So when you hover on every button here, you can see like there is little green. You click on it, there is like more clear, so you know what you're doing here. And this objects for the main menu. I have the main menu, and under it, the three options: the play options and quit. Under the settings, which is the options, there is the back button, and let's have a look at the code I made. So first, you want to add the scene management, so you can control the scenes here. That's the play method I made. So scene management, which is this one that load. So every time you want to play the game, you always load on the first scene. I'll show you what's the first scene in a second. So this is the code. Build index, the first index for the scene, which is the first one here. When you always click or play the game, you always see the main menu scene first for the actual game. And second method for the quit method, I just like application that quit, so we don't need a method for the options, anything. Now I'll talk about the audio. That's audio, the game audio. So you add the music here, and you have like all the options to do whatever you want for the game music. And I just looped it, so it never stops. And yeah, that's it. Done.
Nice.
So the traders will bump in this area, and this area is the home areas. And then you can see the trader can movement, use the WASD to control the trader's movement. And if we quick use the shift, then trader the speed will change to very fast. Because we can see in this screen, we set the trader original speed is 4. And if we quit, then this about the animations, trader's movements animation. And then if we determines the traders is movements, and this means if the not the S and Y value is not equal to 0, like the maybe the S and Y value is 1, 2, 3, and then even though it's the minus, because we use the magnitudes to let the values always become positives. So this means if the values is greater than 0, then the its move will turn on. It's become the truth. I will show in the games. Like this one is move. If the button is turned on to the if this one will turn on into the truth, then it mean the then this mean the traders can become to the run, and then after that the horizontal and the verticals is the what traders positions, like the If the move S is mean the left and right, and the move Y is mean the out and down. So if the its move is frost, then this means we didn't use any animations. And if the move point S is no equal to the 0, then this means the move S may be -1, 1, or something else. Then the transforce locations will the animation will change like the 1 or -1. So if the animation change to the -1, then the animation will go to the left, and if the animation change to the +1, the animation will become to 1. And then this is what just now I show the left strip and the right strip. So if we click the strip buttons and we will think the speed is 4 or not, if the speed is 4, then the speed will improve to the 12. But if the speed is not equal to 4, then it will reset the speed again equal to 4. And then the next thing is we can go to the outside, and when we go to the outside and we use this script, the script will show about we go to the outside when the conditions equal to the prayer, so it means the prayers tag the object, then it will change to the different scanner. And then after that, I close the first, because this webpage is because when we go to the outside, we will show what things the traders have. So we will show the panels about the backpack, and then we can go to these areas, and this the farming areas. So when the trader click the tab, can call the tab bar in this. Then if the trader quit the tab again, it can hit the tab up, and then the coding is in this script. You can see we set the game object, and we use the both to determine the two bars need to open or close. If we didn't do anything, the tab bar is equal to false. By when we quit the tab, then this means the is hidden is no is hidden. So it means we need to call the tab bar. Then after that, when we go this area, you see we can see many blue block. Then this is what we set a limit in this area. You can see the land limit, the land min and the land mass we already set in the area. So the trader only can farming in that area. And then we can go down, and this about the measure the bombs are integers, so we use the positions S and positions Y values, and then this the start point is to measure the arrangement to the center's point, and about the land size, it will automatically to count the size of the arable's land. And for this one is the y-axis update. It can help to update the object. Like you can see this blue bar, it will automatic to count the new object in the land. So if the traders use the tools in the outside, then it did not any things. But if the traders use the correct tool in the lens, then you can see. And then after that, when we go to these functions, it will get the broad. So this is what just now we show in the lens. This function is about the broad in the land, and it will let the number will become the integers, and then it will check if the index is within the grid range. So if we go outside, we cannot use the truth, but if we go inside the length, we can use the truth. Then also we can choose the 1, 2, 3, 4 to choose the correct truth. We can go to the prayers and see the buttons like this one. So if we choose the one, it will, and if we click the one buttons, and it will choose the pole, and if we click the two, it will choose the water. So when we choose the water, you can see we can water the land, and right, we can choose the water the land. Then we choose the tree, it can plant the, and after that when we water again, then we refresh, it will become to the second stage. And then after we water again, it will go to the third stages. And if we do again the water, and then you can see it will become the tomato, and we choose the four, and we can grab the tomato. But if the food is haven't yet ripe, then we cannot grab the food. So I show the script in the gross print like this. Just now you see the different stages. The first stage is the barren, so it means the land is the empty. Then after we cross, we can plant. And then after we plant, we need to water. So after water, it will become to the growing one, growing two, and red. And after red, we can correct the tomato. So you can see this is for the test. So if we go to the like the if we go to the plants, then if we after the water, it will update to the growing one. So this for the update when we water, then we click the button, and then it will go to it will use the plant grow method. And about the plant grow method, you can see is the land is water, and the proven use is mean the land is user. So after the land is user and we already water, then the strategy will change to the plants and growing one and growing two. So it will mean it will -1, -1, -1 go to the next stages. Then the its water will reset again. So after that, it will use the set source spread. So it will update the animation and update the plants. You can see update the plants in this one. So the first stage is growth stages plant, then it will +1. So it will change to the growing one. Then the animation will change from the grow plant change to the grow plant one. So it will change to the difference animation. And then after that, we can hit the buttons, and you can see the next thing I want to say is about the camera. You can see the camera will follow the character, and it didn't show outside the map, right? Um, this is because we use the camera follows the script. So this is the limit we set in the mid and max simmers cannot be on mid range, and this one to set can help the man's cameras to follow the player. So the main camera will always look the players and is the rectangle, and then we use the virtual trees cameras limit position. This will always to get the camera's positions, and then this one the cameras pro S and cameras pro side you can see we use the camera limit S. This one S is about the left and right sides, and the Y is the out and down. Then the transformers positions camera limit can let the camera's position to the containers the coordinators. So we already talked about the area, prayer, the growth plan, land limit. So about the land limit, and just now we already mentioned we will quit the news block. Then the growth plans will follow the block and to determine it can print or not, and the two block control and the camera follow and the zip disk. Um, the zip disk is about the system with the backpack, and I will show you later. Then the main menus can help to change the area, to change the different map and the hidden toolbox. I think it's very useful because it can help the players to um it can help the players to look the full map of. And then the last thing is about the backpack. So like just now I show the backpacks, then the characters can click the select buttons to select the seed. When the character select the seeds, so this means the character can use the seed to press, right? But for now, we just test the seed is can progress or not. So we just use the integers. We set the everything is equal to 3. And then if we click the K buttons, the number of seeds will minus, and if we click the J buttons, it will plus plus. So this is what we try to test the button is processed or not. And this is the backpack. And if the backpack, normally the backpack is frost, it mean we didn't use the panels, backpack panels. So if we use the backpack panel, we set it to become to true, then it will mean we call the backpack panel. Okay, my part is already finished.
Are we recording?
Yes, yes, I'm
Okay.
recording.
So yeah, I will go over the game concept and premise. Basically, we play as this character. His name is Ash, and the idea is you inherit a farm from your grandparents, and that you need to keep that farm profitable by doing all the game aspects like farming, selling, trading, etc. And then by the end of the game, you're hoping to save your grandparents' farm. This is set in a post collapse village. This is because the idea is all the villages are getting ruined because they're not being profitable, and then the banks are kind of taking them over. So we have to play as our player to make enough money to save the farm and then interact with everybody else. So you like you've seen earlier for the more technical part, how the game works is you grow and you harvest crops. You have to feed and care for your animals. You can explore the village. There's some NPCs you can talk to. You can buy and sell your goods. You can also upgrade your tools. And then time management is very important. And then, as you saw earlier, we have to manage our inventory. And then we have some NPCs. These are mostly in the marketplace or like shops or people you'll see around the area or like animal traders, etc. These are the names that we have. We have Mayor Maple, we have Clara, we have Barnaby, we have Gale, and we have Fern. You can see all their like story parts here. We have the mayor is the main character. I mean, Ash is a player, but like as NPCs go, the mayor is the main character. We have our shopkeepers. She can like give us all our seeds, etc. We want. We have a blacksmith for our other store, and then we have Gail, who's in charge of animal stores. And then Fern is actually the villain. There's a villain in this game. The idea is like he works for the bank and he's trying to take over our farm. Yeah, so we've seen some maps earlier. Basically, there's the big farm, there's a marketplace, we have a fishing area, we have a kitchen area, we have animal barn, and then the house. These are all things you can interact with over the map, like we saw earlier inside the game file as well. The visual style for this game was inspired a lot by the Game Boy Color and like that era of games. We have like soft, colorful palettes. The UI is very cute, pixelated. And then the sound is also like retro to kind of match that old Game Boy style of games. And then in the future, what we'd like to add is day and night because I don't think we figured that out fully. We have our Roman. We want to create some kind of romance with one of the NPC characters. And then we want to have different seasons. If this was to be like a bigger project, we would add winter, some other seasons, and then a new game mode or etc. And then this is as far as the story goes. So basically, to kind of to recap it a little bit, what's going on is this character Ash, you inherit your grandfather's farm, and then when the game starts, they kind of tell you like the Fern guy we talked about earlier, the banker, he'll come to you and he'll be like, "Hey, if you don't like make enough money by the end of this time frame, we're gonna have to take your grandfather's farm." And this is kind of what happened to the other villagers across the map. We can take a look at when we play the game, and then yeah, so we kind of have to make enough money to support the farm and keep it afloat. And then if you fail to do that, it'll be game over. But if you successfully manage to save the farm by playing the game, you win. So it's kind of the concepts of it. And then as far as the GitHub goes, this is kind of the big README file for it. We have our Hoarder's Hollow details. These are all the features of the game: farming, animal care, marketplace, etc. You get your game world. We have explorer, handcrafted maps, and then we have our lore summary. And then this is our version management. Like every time we add something. So for example, version one, we worked on the core movement and map setup. We added running. We designed the main map, some farm areas, houses, etc. And on version two, we did the interior maps, so not just the outside map, but Edwin he worked on one of the inside rooms, which is pretty cool. He worked on some of the movement stuff. And then he also added like running, and then he also added like where you can go into locations like in the map. So once you go to a door, the map will change, that kind of stuff. And then version three, that's like the final version we have now. We improved on our UI and gameplay features. Now we have like a menu, backpack systems, etc. And then yeah, we just made it more practical where the user interface is not blocking your game. And then we introduced tool selection. So we have our third marketplace now where you can buy tools, etc. That was introduced in version three. We began implementing the animation of using tools. So when you use tools now, you see the animation of like your axe moving back and forth, etc. These are our gameplay mechanics. We have movement, running, how to access the map, etc. And then we have our assets and game files in this GitHub as well. And then this is our full lore, I guess. If you ever want to take a look at the background story of the game, etc., we also have written that out. But yeah, that's kind of what I worked on. I did some of the presentations like this. I worked on the GitHub. I worked on one of the maps for the marketplace, and then I wrote the story for that.
Okay. So this is what we do in the to introduce about the technical video and the GGD designs. Thank you.